Welcome back there. Coastal Bed meteorologist Diamond Dixon here with the live look outside our First Community Bank sky cam overlooking the USS Lexington and our New Harbor Bridge. We're starting to see that sun set just a bit in our 6 o'clock hour. Boy, did we heat up. But before we get into that, here's our weather watcher, Aaron Taylor, and I'm going to be posting a couple more pictures from this week from our weather watcher since they were just so good. Past 10 hours, we were in the 70s, quickly into the 80s, and stayed in the 90s for quite some time today between 12 and 5 o'clock, just now in those upper 80s for us in our 6 o'clock hour. We had a pretty decent wind throughout the day, but it more so picked up into our late afternoon into the evening, close to that south-southeast wind around 20 miles per hour. And we also hit a record today for our high, tying it at 96, same for 2016. Now, those lows were very different between 39 and 73 degrees. We got some work to do, but our average for this week's technically 84 degrees, so we are pretty warm for this time of year. We're going to need a really strong cold front to come through and kind of cool us off a bit to get us to where we should be. Even looking now at our temperatures, like I mentioned, 88 for here in Corpus Christi, same for Beeville, 89 for Mathis, but we're still looking at 97 for George West, 94 for San Diego and Freer, and 95 for Hebronville. We're finally looking like we're out of those feel-like temperatures of the triple digits, except for Falfurrias right at 100, but we had a very warm afternoon. Now, the current winds, like I mentioned, south-southeast around 20 miles here in Corpus Christi, 15, 16, and 17 between Ingleside, Port Aransas, and the Naval Air Station, and 15 for Beeville. Our winds will start to come down when the sun goes down as well. Tomorrow, expect those feel-like temperatures to also be near and probably at those 100s there, at least triple digits, starting even as early as 10 a.m. That'll also last until about 5 and 6 into the evening for us. So hour by hour tonight, we'll get in those low 80s closer to 8 o'clock, and then we come out of the 80s into midnight, upper 70s, takes us overnight. We'll be around 75 if you're an early bird waking up at 6 a.m. and just about 74 degrees around 7 a.m. Also winds under 10 miles at that time. Our rainfall outlook, because we need some rain, it looks to be on that drier side and slightly normal for us, but we could see a sprinkle and shower headed into Friday and Saturday. But as far as high temperatures, we stay above normal, which would be 84, and we could see a dip into our below normal category towards the end of the month, headed towards that Thursday, October 30th. So tomorrow, we do still have some heat risks to pay attention to. Moderate kind of spreads out a little bit more into our neighborhoods tomorrow, and those get better into Wednesdays. We're expecting mainly upper 80s and low 90s, whereas today we were definitely mid 90s across our neighborhoods. Either way, we're still warmer than normal, and we will be likely warmer for the next 6 to 10 days out. That puts us at October 30th. So in the next 7 days, what you can look forward to are still mostly sunny conditions. Highs will still remain in the low 90s with those light rain chances that are possible for Friday and Saturday. We'll continue to track that into the forecast, but remember those lows also stay in the 70s, so there's not a whole lot of variation between our highs and lows throughout the week.